So are you feeling it yet? The pinch on the creator economy and wondering what it is that you should do about it. So I had 3 things pop up this week, so I knew we needed to talk about it. Let's jump in on some ideas to help you cope and maybe even increase your revenue. So let's jump in.
Welcome to the Course Creators HQ podcast, helping you navigate the latest techniques for creating and marketing online courses. And now, here's your host, Julie Hood.
So one of the things I like to do with this podcast is keep my ears up and notice when I'm seeing things happen and trends so that I can share them with you right away. Like, these episodes are not months later from when they are recorded. They are literally, today's episode is being recorded today. So one of the things that happened over the past week is I noticed something popping up more than once. And once I see it 3 times, then I recognize, okay, it's something important. I need to mention it to my course creators. And the first thing I want to say, though, is if you are not noticing this, if your niche is not feeling this kind of pinch on the economy and on sales, skip this episode because you are in a good place. Keep doing what you're doing. Ignore this, because one of the things that has happened is that it seems like it's not widespread, but it is starting to affect a few people. So if this is not you, skip this episode. I'm fine with that. However, if you have noticed that a few of the marketing things that you are doing have not been working, if you've noticed a drop in your sales, or even I've heard some folks say sales going to 0, and that's sort of where this started. I first heard about one high-level coach that's ending the coaching program that they were doing. It's going to end. I heard a couple more posts on Threads about folks mentioning they were launching 2 crickets and 0 sales, and another podcast episode. So I wanted to talk about this today. So here's the scoop. As we're going through these different cycles of bust and boom, we need to have a strategy for coping with them and knowing what we're going to do as sales increase or sales decrease. Like, where are you focusing? What are you thinking about? What are you doing? So the first one is just a blanket statement. All of the time, I think you need to have a certain amount of money set aside to help cover when things get tough. And you know what your comfort level is, whether you want 6 months or a year or whatever your total is. That needs to be something that becomes a regular habit of having that rainy day fund. And now is not the time to be telling you this. Probably should have mentioned this a while ago to be setting this up. So let's get into more of the ideas of, okay, what can I do right now to help boost sales, to help kick things off and get some more revenue coming in the door if you're noticing some interesting drop-offs. And the first one I want to say is make more offers. So we want to be promoting as many different things as we can, hitting people where they are, different kinds of offers, different price points, different term periods, just putting lots and lots of things out there. So the way that we are doing this, the month of July is going to be a whole month of July celebrations for a couple different reasons. One, just because I think it'll be fun, but also we are hitting 200 episodes of this podcast. So I thought, you know what? I just am going to celebrate with a whole bunch of special offers for my list. So the first one, we're doing the Course Sales Launchpad, and for the next few days through July 7th of 2024, if you're listening to this later, you can jump in for just $77 a month. It's an incredible way to get your foundation in place, to get set up for possibly a launch in the fall. even getting some things kicked off now if you want to do something special and really go gangbusters in the next month or two. Plus, we're going to use AI and live coaching calls every week. So I'll put that link in the show notes, Course Sales Launchpad, the special offer, and it's at one of the best prices I've ever put it at. So if you're interested, don't wait on this one. So that's your first assignment, is to make more special offers. Number 2 is an expansion of that, and that is to make more niched offers. And what I mean by this is that you're targeting a very specific audience. So I'm going to take my mini course Magic course that I'm selling, and I'm going to customize it for a few very specific niches, and then I'm going to talk to people who have audiences of those niches. And so it's a way to really target in, because it's a little like when you have a problem and you're trying to decide, should I go to a general practitioner doctor or should I go to the ear, nose, and throat specialist or the endocrinologist? Depending on your problem, once you see a doctor that specializes in what you're doing or what your problem is, that tends to be more attractive. So niche down your offers and make your marketing focus on a specific group of people. So let's see. Number 3, try something new ways to get in front of more people. So something you haven't done before, something you've never tried, see if it works. Try out some new things and see what you can come across. Number 4, I want you to know your numbers. So what is the number that you need for covering your monthly expenses plus your paycheck, what you need to make, and then how can you make that a little bit more stable? So what I mean by that is, do you have a certain number of regular coaching one-on-one clients that help you cover that number? Maybe you have some kind of recurring membership that helps you cover that number, but some ways to get a little more comfortable that you've got that number. And then from there, everything else on top of that is icing and gravy on top. So know what that number is for you, and then figure out how you can hit it regularly each month. Number 5, offer something brand new. So jump into something new. So we are kicking off a beta program right now for a new client getting funnel. And it's completely different. It's based off social media posts and direct messaging with a little AI thrown in, plus email. I never do promotions without email, to help you with all of the pieces of this. So it's going to be a new program that I'm starting with my regular students, and then we'll be branching out. Maybe even next week I will be offering it. So make sure you're on the email list so you hear about the new client getting funnel. Number 6 is to find some new tools to make you more efficient. So this, a lot of times, this can be just some way to get a little bit better at what you do, so you can maybe add another marketing step into what you're doing. I'm in talks right now with an AI tool that I'm really excited about. It's a tool that, instead of us sharing all of our good content with ChatGPT and training ChatGPT, it's a localized AI. So you train it on your content, but then it's only your content that gets used. It's not being shared. So I'll let you know how that goes. Number 7, turn off the news, turn off the headlines. You don't need to be told what's going on in the economy right now or what's happening. Just turn it off so you don't see it. Number 8, I want you to go back and read some of your testimonials, because there's nothing better for building your confidence in what you're doing and in how you're helping than going back to see some of the success stories that you've had. So go back, read those testimonials, and hear what folks are doing and how they've had success with you. Number 9, I want you to learn or maybe expand a new skill. So pick something new. Maybe you need to get better at copywriting, or maybe you want to expand out your email strategy, or you've always been wanting to look into YouTube or Pinterest. Like, go ahead and jump on one of those new skills so that you are able to have a new place that you're connecting with people. Number 10 is find some new partners. So I've been sharing with my students some new places for them to swap their freebies and where they can find new audiences. So maybe your current list is tapped out. Maybe it's time to get some new people on your list. How are you doing that? What are you doing? And so that's why we put the joint venture secrets as part of the launch pad, is because I think this is so important to help you get in front of new people, is working with new partners. And there's lots and lots of ways you can do it. More complex plus more simple. And so we talk about what could be best for you. So find some new partners. And then number 11, target a completely different audience. So right now I'm in the middle of working on a new division of Course Creators HQ, and it's a huge project, so it's very slow. I'm doing it around all of these other things, and so figuring out how to fit it in, because it's such a big undertaking, is taking a bit, but it's going to be a completely different audience, completely different angle with some of the same skills. So I'm excited to go after a different audience and get connected with some new folks. So I hope that at least one of these ideas made you go, oh, wow, wait, I could do that. That doesn't sound so hard. That seems doable, so that you can be expanding instead of contracting. And the last thing I will say is find those ways to keep your motivation and your intention and your excitement up, because sometimes when things get tougher like this, I think it's really easy to lose the excitement for what you're doing and to start thinking it's just you. And I will say right now, it's not just you. There's something sort of almost holding people back. Sometimes I think they're in kind of this wait and see sort of mode, so they're not in the expansion mode. So we're going to help them with some new offers, some new ideas, some new directions. So same sort of thing for you to be doing in your audience. What could you add in, expand, do differently so that you can survive the pinch of the creator economy? Thanks for listening. I hope this was helpful, gave you an idea or two. If you want to leave us a review, especially for the 200th episode celebration, I would really appreciate it. So you can go out, if you happen to be on Apple Podcasts, you have to go out and actually click on the show, not just the episode. You click on the show and then scroll down. They make it kind of hard, actually, to where you can leave a review and just click the 5 stars, or if you want to comment, I totally appreciate it. We're getting ready to do the 200th episode next week, and I'm checking out all the reviews across the different apps and stuff. So thank you. I appreciate it. Have a wonderful week for all my folks in the U.S. Happy 4th of July, and I will catch you on the next episode. Take care, and talk to you soon.